Hey, you're back. Are you a fan of my oscillating fan? I guess the fact that I'm even recording episode 2 at all means that episode 1 didn't immediately receive an overwhelmingly negative reaction. Dope. What did happen, however, is as soon as I uploaded RYNEGADE episode 1, my subscriber count took a nosedive. Unlike other YouTubers who make content consistently and follow a formula, I like to keep things interesting and switch it up. By which, of course, I mean I suck at consistency and succumb to executive dysfunction, so I just upload whatever I want whenever I feel up to it. In the back of my mind, I'm honestly afraid of becoming too popular on the internet. I've learned over the years watching other content creators that success is really hard to manage. The responsibility of maintaining success includes maintaining an image of yourself that satisfies the desires of others over the desires of yourself. So I'm never gonna lose my shit over several people unsubbing at once, because YouTube is all about pursuing and watching content that you're interested in. And if you're not interested in this little vlogging experiment, then that's totally fine by me. Beware the Ides of March and don't let yourself get stabbed in the back by your friends. You're watching RYNEGADE. Fun fact, the only employer I've ever had that's paid me $15 an hour with benefits is my own mother. And even she only gives me 3.5 hours a week. Every Sunday I go to her place and make dinner for the rest of my family, as well as help them prepare for the week ahead. Last night I learned how to make meatloaf, along with mashed potato and asparagus. For some reason I thought I didn't like asparagus, but upon trying it again, I think it's actually pretty good. Kind of like string beans, but with a different texture. During that time, I was also trying to migrate my video clips from my phone over to my laptop, run them through Handbrake, and rotate them 180 degrees so I could edit them into the first episode of RYNEGADE. And then, to be even more meta, I started scripting episode 2. Right now, which is actually yesterday, I'm struggling to think of a way to segue into the other things I wanted to talk about. Actually, you know what? This works. Apparently Zero's alt-rock band Chevelle dropped a new album a couple weeks ago on March 5th. Chevelle? Oh my god, my dad loves that band. What are people saying about the new album? Wait, what? Oh, huh. It sounds like Tool? Well, Tool is one of my favorite bands, as evidenced by this epic shirt I'm wearing. And Tool has such a unique sound, it's gotta be really difficult to emulate it, right? It sounds exactly like Tool. What do you think, Charlie?
It sounds like Tool.
Yeah, I agree. If I were a true fan of Tool, this probably would be pissing me off. Ugh, Chevelle is just jealous of Tool and the galaxy brain IQ required to listen to and enjoy their music. So obviously they ripped off their sound. Well, actually, I disagree. I believe musicians have the right to, and sometimes even should, emulate the music of the greats that came before them until they start to develop their own unique sound. Everybody has to start somewhere, including me. If nobody did that and every musician tried to come up with their own completely unique and separate ideas, we wouldn't have bands like the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Tool, and we definitely wouldn't have artists of today like Billie Eilish, The Weeknd, or any of that other crap regurgitated 24/7 on the radio these days. I'm looking at you, Roddy Ricch. I'm about halfway through NIRATIAS right now, and I really like the album so far. By the way, I looked it up. Apparently, NIRATIAS stands for Nothing is Real and This is a Simulation. Which, oh my god, that's hilarious, but also really badass. I love how Chevelle teeters the line between actually being hardcore and just being edgy. With the release of this new album, that brings Chevelle's total up to 9. And honestly, a lot of their songs across all their albums sound kind of similar to me, but it's a good similar. If you listen to a lot of their songs like I do, you know for a fact that they know exactly what type of sound they're going for, and they always nail it. And apparently even in 2021, they're still chasing that sound with everything they got, and hey, that earns my respect for sure. Much love, Chevelle. Speaking of musicians that have my respect, let's talk about the Grammys. For those of you who don't know, the Grammys are glamorized awards that musicians can win for impressing their grandmothers with their music. And much like the Oscars or the Emmys, I don't actually give a fuck about any of them at all. However, in this particular instance, I would like to offer much love and respect to Bad Bunny. In 2020, Bad Bunny broke the mold as a musician from the Latin community. If you've been living under a rock like I have, basically all you need to know is that this beautiful man released 3 entire albums in the year 2020, and all the while was opening a lot of the Latin community up to the idea of free expression and crushing gender norms. He won the Grammy for Best Latin Pop Album for his album called Yahalaquamadlig. I have like a very basic understanding of Spanish, and I haven't ever really been a fan of Bad Bunny's music, but like I said, I respect the hell out of this guy. Much love, Bad Bunny. Fox News correspondent Jillian Turner says cancel culture is spreading like wildfire. There is a call for Generation X to lead the charge to save America from the social media mob. Can they do it? Generation X responded by saying, "What the hell is she talking about? I'm just trying to focus on my $80,000 to $100,000 a year career, pay my taxes, and raise my family like a morally upstanding citizen. Leave me out of this." In the eyes of Fox News, it's very important that we cancel culture as soon as possible while simultaneously sorting every human being alive into a 15 to 20 year wide generational box. I was born in 1998, which means that I'm a part of an overlooked transition generation between generations Y and Z called Generation WTF. Generation WTF grew up just as VHS tapes, cassette tapes, and dial-up modems were becoming obsolete, and therefore we got to observe internet culture and smartphones sweep the globe while we were teenagers. As a result, all of us kids that were born between 1995 and 1999 have no idea if society is headed in a good direction or not. But we don't really care either, because the ride is really entertaining and fun to laugh at. Generation WTF can see right through the generation war that the media is trying to perpetuate. All we do in response to it is shake our heads and let out an exasperated laugh. This is Ryan reminding you to spiral out and enjoy the ride. You just got done watching RYNEGADE. If you hate what you just watched, be sure to dislike, don't comment, and unsubscribe.